The 3D industry is fiercely competitive. Just look at all the 3D applications out there, each pushing major updates constantly. Those that can't keep up either die off or get bought out, like Soft Image, TrueSpace, Bryce, or Lightwave. It's amazing that Blender has stayed competitive despite bigger competitors with more funding and developers, and it's all thanks to the incredible collection of new add-ons that are created by independent creators. These add-ons bring new features faster than the Blender development team could ever, keeping Blender fresh and avoiding being outdated or outcompeted by other applications. So today, let's check out some of the new amazing add-ons that are keeping Blender alive and thriving in this ever-changing space. Water shaders are one of those things you think you have mastered until you find a better way to do it. The physical water shader takes it to another level. It captures a snapshot of all the objects beneath the water along with their materials and incorporates that information into the shader itself. This allows for realistic displacement, foam, refractions and caustics, giving you the best possible water look in real time. The water is also dynamic, creating small ripples based on nearby geometry and the normal maps captured in the snapshot. The results: stunning, realistic water that interacts beautifully with its environment. Combining rigid body simulations in motion graphics renders will give you the most satisfying renders ever. The Blender physics system is no joke. It's capable of creating the most complex simulations you can ever imagine. Its limitation comes in the number of tools you can use to set up these simulations. That's where the Easy RB Pro add-on comes in. It's a combination of tools, operators and presets designed to make Blender's physics system easy and more accessible, giving you new tools like rigid body emitters, instancers, custom constraints, and more. Easy PBR Pro simplifies the process, making it easier for you to create stunning motion graphics without the hassle. We know animation can be complicated and time-consuming, especially when it comes to kinematics switching. That's why tools like the Kinematic tool exist. It's an animation and rigging add-on for Blender designed to take the hassle out of inverse kinematics and forward kinematic switching. Instead of dealing with all of those extra buttons just to edit a pose, the Kinematic tool automates FK to IK snapping and keeps the ends of the IK ranges in IK mode, making pose adjustments smooth and effortless. It also upgrades traditional pivot systems, which can be pretty limited when it comes to accurate footwork. Now you get pinpoint control over foot pivots, so animating footwork feels way more natural. Tools like Kinematic tool let you skip the headaches and focus on what you love about animation. This is what AI was meant for, simplifying tasks that would take hours, like creating realistic shaders. The AI Material Library Factory is a Blender add-on that uses AI to generate high-quality, realistic materials in just a few clicks. Instead of spending forever crafting textures or searching for the perfect one, you can simply describe what you need and the AI does the work, whether it's a metal surface, a fabric pattern, or something more abstract. AI Material Factory makes it effortless to create detailed, high-res materials that are ready to go. Tools like this mean less time fiddling with nodes and more time bringing your creative vision to life. We download a lot of models from different artists and various DCCs, and a lot of times these come messy with artifacts, bad topology, and all sorts of issues. This add-on, Fix Wizard, is designed to take care of these common problems effortlessly. Flipped normals, non-manifold geometry, awkward topology, you name it, Fix Wizard fixes it with just a few clicks. It uses AI to clean up your models fast, so you can spend less time troubleshooting and more time creating. Another fantastic tool is Z-Form, built to effortlessly turn images into detailed 3D meshes with textures. It uses depth maps to add realistic surface details, making it quick and easy to bring intricate elements into your scenes. Whether you are converting photos into textured models or adding depth-based detail to your renders, Z-Form has you covered with just a few clicks, saving you time and boosting the visual complexity of your projects. Particles have always been the way to add extra detail and flair to scenes. Before modern computers could handle fancy simulations like smoke and fire, particles were there. And as hardware improved, particles didn't go away. They became even more crucial for adding realism, magic, and stunning effects. The Omega Particle FX takes it up a notch with a collection of advanced particle effects. for explosions, energy bursts to mesmerizing swirling vortexes and more. It makes it easy to add extra bits of magic to your scenes, giving your animations a dynamic, professional look. If you have used 3ds Max before, polysmoothing groups should be familiar. Unfortunately, Blender only has one way of smoothing, either based on edge angle or by smoothing the entire mesh. In 3ds Max, smoothing groups lets you decide exactly how to smooth specific parts of your mesh by creating groups, giving you much more control. That's exactly what this polysmoothing groups add-on brings to Blender, allowing you to easily manage shading and get the perfect finish on your model. If you ever want to morph particles from one shape to another, the Phoenix add-on is your best bet. It does a far better job than the Blender's particle system, which hasn't been updated in years. But it doesn't stop there. Phoenix is a collection of nodes and presets that make it easy to create complex particle simulations right within geometry nodes. From morphing effects to intricate particle behaviors, Phoenix brings powerful tools and flexibility to your particle workflows, all while maximizing creativity and efficiency. If you're presenting your models to a client, a manufacturer, or for architecture renders, it's often necessary to show measurements in a professional and accurate way. The Dimensions and Lines add-on gives you that and more. It allows you to add precise dimension lines and annotations directly in Blender, making your presentations more informative. Whether you are working on architectural visualization, product design, or engineering models, this add-on helps you clearly communicate the important details, saving you time and enhancing your workflow. It's funny how in real life we want clean streets, clean cities, and clean environments, but when we create those same worlds virtually, clean ends up looking boring and lifeless. Adding trash, dirt, and imperfections makes renders look so much more realistic and interesting. That's why having a collection of trash models and an add-on that lets you spread them naturally is crucial when building walls in Blender. The G-Trash add-on does just that, making it easy to add realistic clutter and grime to your scenes. So if you are aiming for that extra bit of realism, take a look at the G-Trash add-on. Sometimes you have got to roll up your sleeves and model unique objects yourself instead of relying on pre-made models from libraries like G-Trash. When that time comes, make sure to get some help from tools like NSolve. It's designed to reduce the hand strain that comes from repetitive hotkey use and makes extended work sessions less exhausting. With NSolve, even those tough, detail-heavy modeling projects become smoother, letting you work more fluidly and focus on creating without the fatigue. NSolve makes modeling easier by simplifying tedious tasks. It helps you clean up vertices, make loop cuts through n-gons, and bring your favorite tools closer and more accessible whenever you need them. Plus, it adds new features to Blender that make modeling smoother and more efficient, whether you are working on complex projects or just refining a mesh. NSolve is there to make the process faster and less of a hassle. I can think of so many ways to use an add-on like Easy Roll, animating tumbleweeds, rolling stones, boxes, and more. It's perfect for adding those little details that make your animations more interesting. But creating a natural rolling animation where the object interacts correctly with the ground isn't as easy as it seems. Easy Roll takes care of the hard part, making these types of animations effortless. You can give it a try. When it comes for that close-up shot, a simple brick texture just won't cut it. No matter how detailed your normal map is, it will still look flat and lifeless, lacking the depth needed to sell realism. Details like slight variations in the brick shape, surface imperfections, and subtle changes in grout width all add up when you are zoomed in. That's where a brick generator like this really shines. It allows you to create detailed brick walls with intricate patterns and variations, from different brick designs to unique layouts. With this kind of tool, you get actual 3D geometry for each brick, making the wall pop with authentic detail, perfect for those moments where every little imperfection counts. Speaking of detail at close-up, the Destruction Tools is a collection of tools to help you add detail like damage, rebar, cracks, debris, and more. These are asset browser tools that work in edit mode of any mesh and can be accessed when working on any mesh in edit mode. You can select any part of the mesh you want to add cracks, debris, rebar, and damage in a procedural fashion. If you want a fully procedural destroyed building generator, then this tool should do the job. In a matter of seconds, you can have several buildings all destroyed in different ways, and you can customize the size of the building and the level of destruction and more. If something takes you too much thought, for example, if you're unsure about the textures on your model, but you know it takes a lot of clicking to change them, chances are you will leave it as is. But if switching textures was just one click away and swap textures all within Blender, then making those changes is going to be easy and fun. That's exactly what the texture folders add-on offers, making texture management a breeze. This is also true for other things like changing clothes of your character or adding variety to multiple characters in your scene. That's why it's always handy to have a clothes library like this that makes it simple to change character clothes. It comes with some pre-made clothes that you can just dress up your characters, and it also comes with cloth templates that can be simulated onto your character using the Blender cloth simulation. Those are some of the add-ons that are keeping Blender updated and fresh to keep it competitive within the 3D industry. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments if I missed any add-ons you like.